Welcome back, everybody. So, episode 320 of the Inside Line. I'm going to be checking out Nano Banana Animation. I got 3 workflows for you and a desktop tool for Windows. Probably will get built on Mac soon. It's a pretty cool tool. I'm very happy with it. I've been doing cool things with it, so I thought I'd give it away. But before we get there, we've got to catch up. So what's been going down for the last week? Well, let's start where we start. 8 o'clock on the 8th of March. Today is a Sunday. It's just gone 8 o'clock. Hello to everybody in the chat. Let's see. Fernicar is here. Battlecruiser operational. Dragon Diffusion is having fun as always. Zeus, I can see you. Hello, hello. Profi Prompter says hello, hello, hello everybody. Good to be back indeed. So yeah, like I say, episode 320. Inside Line. Scuffed Epoch, don't forget, all the links are in the description. We'll be referring to many things which you can look up and get and do yourself. Everything's in the Inside Line, which is in our Discord. You're looking at it. So I'm going to give a quick rundown, and then we're going to show some comfy workflow stuff, and then we're going to show the app. It's all very cool. All very cool. Special mention goes out to Daydream, which is a new world modeling service, which is pretty cool, pretty cool. I've been mucking about with it lately. You will need 20 gigs of VRAM for most of the stuff though. but who knows how long that will be the case. I'm just glitching as always. I hope you're comfortable for the Sunday. We're going to be running through things pretty quickly, so thank you all for joining me. All right, so what do we got first on the menu? Citation needed skill. Okay, so recently I did a humanities study. Oh yeah, before I get into it, lots of books. I'm releasing all of them, all the stories and all of the non-fiction stuff. Okay. Basically it's all going up on Substack as chapters every day. It's probably like 7 books. It's like 1 chapter a day, and I'm running through them all. The plan is to release all my stories by the end of the month, but I will have scheduled them all by the end of like probably tomorrow night. It's all done. Do you know what I mean? And we did it with a combination of all the tools and systems that we've been developing for the last 2 years, so I'm very happy with it. If there are any problems with the narratives, they should be subjective now, not objective breakdowns in the system. And if there are any like that, then that's my fault for not... It's actually my fault, not the system, because I'm supposed to check it. So if I made a mistake and missed something, the system isn't broken, I am. Brilliant. So it's quite an interesting look at it, but Zeus says, no LLM can help you for this. Height billion. Indeed. So 8 billion is a beautiful book. It's going to be coming out. All the books are going to be coming out. See, the thing is, I'm publishing them all for free on the Substack first, so you can just read the stories. If people like the stories, they can buy the books. It's not really a big deal. I just want to make sure that everything is out so you can see it. It was all done with the narrative spittoon in version 5. With the that's the agentic pipeline that runs. That's how we wrote. We're in so many books. So, which one was it? Megafauna. Megafauna was written with the NSI 5 pipeline, which uses NSI 4 and Uno and MPO. And then all of the rest of the books were either in a state of needing to be Uno'd, so enhanced, or needing to do the pacing. So what I did was I took all of the ones that had already been in, various states, and I created all the batch, did all the skills. Yeah, Bob's your uncle. Read them all through. Looks good. I'm like, because part of it is gauging what the AI can actually do. This time next year, the same system will be better. But yeah, going back to 8 billion. 8 billion is all about all of the stats for humanity. So how many tons of shipping, how many miles of road. It kind of reads like an encyclopedia of big records, I had 3 concepts and I unfolded it. So I used my unfolding concept to actually write the book. So in other words, it all came from a single TINS plan. So I adapted TINS for the process of non-fiction research employing parallel agent teams. It's all very cool. But the point I'm trying to make is we used citation needed and the paired skill collect citations. So what that does is 2 things. Number 1, it checks your scientific research, whatever. It does a whole bunch of parallel agent stuff. It searches all the things, all of your claims, and then it tries to find a citation for those claims. It then lists those with the URLs and then puts a little n bracket number in the inline text. But here's the next part, right? So the first thing is, all it does is check for the correct fact. Detect fact, look up fact, give me URL, right? And then that's stage 1. So you have now a list of what it should be and the URL that is correct. But now you've still got the fact that it's not correct in your actual draft. So then I made the second skill. So they go together, you see. One of them actually detects and collects the truth. And then we use that source of truth to update our manuscript. So then our claims are now correct to the citations. And then obviously he can write a list for that chapter. And then what I do is I just concatenate the citations into an appendix at the back. And if people want to have fun tracing the numbers around, that's But anyway, so that's what citation needed does. It's basically a research team that gives you URLs and then collect citation, which goes with that, puts them together. So that's how we actually made sure that the facts in the book are correct, or correct to the best of our knowledge, because that's all you can really do, guys. You know, ultimately, you know, when I went to school, a lot of scientific facts were different. So if I had written a book then, it would be probably partially wrong now. You know what I mean? They're always finding out new stuff. So don't sweat it. Just go with, was it to the best of my ability on that day when you went to print? And if it was, you've done your honest best. That's my opinion. All right, so Stratagem 0. Now, this is really interesting. There was a lot of buzz in the news about this. The researcher in scientific field using machine learning did a bunch of nuclear test stuff with his code. Now, I might actually turn this into a little bit more of a visualization. What I've done here is I've visualized my results. So what it is Claude versus Grok versus Gemini versus ChatGPT in a nuclear escalation war game. It's called Project Calm. If you go to the website I've made, Stratagem 0, you'll see all of my results from my run. I used my zero system, of course, because I already had an agent for this. And it worked for Claude. Claude didn't do any nukes, but that's kind of expected. He's kind of cool like that. But the full results were really interesting. And like I said, anybody can just download the code. What I did is I made my fork so that you can use OpenRouter, so you could just use any AI from the board, not just the ones that are the big ones. You could use any AI, really. Anything on OpenRouter anyway. So, you could probably adapt it to Olama as well and put little ones against each other. That would be quite funny. But anyway, this is pretty much the tournament results. So it's a round robin 12 tournament thing where they all get to play each other as aggressor and defender. And yeah, we got the results of that, and I put my code up, and it was all very cool and fun. And like I said, the website shows more information there. So we're going to skip past. So NSI 5 Agentic passed testing. So like I said, we used that to write Megafauna, which is really fun. I did all of the illustrations with Nano Banana Pro, I think. And like I said, if you look at the Substack, it's got the artwork on there. A lot of the artwork anyway. Plan is to put some of it in the middle of the books. I think that would be kind of fun. But anyway, so what does this one do? All it does is orchestrate NSI 4, Uno, and NPO, which would be also installed in your Claude code. So it's a full Claude code writer system. It has the custom ghostwriter. So if you have your own ghostwriter, you can still plug that in. It's using a law book format now, so it creates the old narrative Spittoon language backbone in the system. It's designed to be a one command. You give it one command, and then you give it the law book, and then you optionally add -- ghost, and then the name of the markdown file. That's all it is. And he'll go ahead and write the book, do the Uno, and then do the pacing chain. All of it. That's 3 of my websites in one. It's crazy. It used to be you need to do 3 different sort of agentic teams for this. Now we do it in one. And also, of course, if you have a fully written book, which is just too long, you can use NPO to cut that down. That's what he is. He's like a cutting editor. Pacing, narrative pacing operator. And then the unified narrative operator does all of the, repeat checking, semantic echo stuff. It doubles the length with a bunch of descriptors. So, say you didn't. Anyway, I'm not going to get into it. We all know about it. Down we go. And you can look it up. The full repos are all up there. So there's the agentic pipeline, as I say. NSI 4 writes the 6-page story in reverse. We all know. Uno doubles it with deeper character work, sensory detail, and echo resolution. It's quite nice. I really love it. It's done everything we want. And then narrative pacing cuts it down again. You might see like almost 50%. It's kind of interesting how it does it. It has like a detector. Anyway, collect citations, which is what I was talking about earlier. It optionally can correct the target page. So if you just give it a page, if you just give it a list, it'll just build an appendix. But if you give it the list and the page which was made to make the list, the original target and the output, put them together, give it to this, and then it will edit it, make a new one which is updated. So that's how we automated the fact checking, if you want to call it that. Okay, space-time. Now, this is kind of cool. Everything's kind of cool, right? But this is space-time multiplayer. Now, I'm still working on this. I didn't have time. I was on holiday for 4 days. I didn't actually have time. to check, but I've already built a React Tanks open world version, which is using the space-time multiplayer. I just haven't quite figured out how you implement it yet. The idea is there's a centralized super-fast database which does all of the replication, which is kind of interesting. What I did was I made a skill which audits plans and code bases to write a plan which will then do the implementation. So we have the Astro Miner, which is like a default game template, which is used in Claude Code, and we've given it the space-time treatment as a plan. And then I've also got a chat example using space-time as well. And then we've got an agentic guide and a skill. Like I said, the skill is supposed to help you with making your space-time DB integrated games. That's the idea anyway, because I noticed that they could do React and all this, but they do far more than that. I just go and take a look at their website real quick. App development at the speed of light with Claude Code. Wow. Okay. Looks like they've had this wasn't here yesterday. Ooh, I might have to update my skill, guys. Look at this. Install space-time, initialize your project, and then say Claude. This folder is initialized with the basic space-time DB project. Using this as a starting point, build a full Discord clone. So anyway, we're going to just do that right in the background. I didn't expect that. We're going off the rails, guys. We're going fully off the rails. I have to do that. That's just too tempting, right? Hang on a minute. Give me a sec. This won't take 2 minutes. Give me a second. Okay. Let's just bring this thing over here. Discord clone. Two secs. Side quest. Alright, we're logged in. Yeah. Get me back to the fight. Get to their front page. You can't get to the front page. I'm logged in now. Hey, that's what I want to see. Uh-huh. We'll come back to that. Yeah, we'll come back to this. I don't know what it's doing. It's doing stuff. Downloading installer web request complete. What do we think, boys? Wait, it's already installed. Downloading installed. Do you know what? I'm just going to keep going. We'll come back to it. No time to waste. So where were we? Project Daydream, Discord. So space-time multiplayer skill, we'll come back to that. So AI SEO skill, right? So this is a skill which is going to make your websites all AI friendly. It's going to add a whole bunch of stuff. So for example, you know the sitemap.xml, and you can make him do the tags, the meta tags, add to the header without changing the web page. Also your robots text, your LLMs.txt, your agent.md, and all these other good stuffs which you can throw in there these days. It knows about all of them, it's going to throw them in. So that's the idea behind the AI SEO skill. The idea is once you've finished your website or whatever, you can hit it with one of these and see if anything's missing and add whatever is missing. So there you go. It doesn't need to be difficult. You can automate. That's the whole thing. Now, a note about the next couple. I've been working on these, and I think that these are actually still not rated ready. When I tried it out, it was having some trouble. But this is basically a plug-in version of a couple of my advanced agentic pipelines. I wanted to see if it was possible to do it in a plugin. If it is, that's awesome. If it's not, well, oh well. But we tried. So at the moment, these don't actually work. When I tried them out, they sort of cheat. So I'm kind of whipping them into shape. So these three I'm just going to skip past. It's the Hybrid Swarm, the ZV-8 Deep Search, and the hermeneutic wheel known as Fusion Horizon. You can check them all out over on my website, scuffedepoch.com. You'll find them somewhere in the Careless or the Cognitive collection, I think. Next up, we've got the GBTC Broker game. We started building this on the show last week, and I finally got round to actually finishing it, so let's have a look. This is GBTC Broker. It's based on the Collector narrative, which obviously is getting released on Substack over the next month. So you'll be able to read that boring story about intergalactic Bitcoin traders that... It was a crazy story that we made on a stream one time. And so I decided, we'll finish it, right? And then what we've done is we've used that as the backstory for this trading simulator. Now, there's a bit of a joke in this. Outernet is real, but it's a $200 a month API that does give you real stock market data. Under no circumstances should you try to sign up to it. Because it's a joke, really. I left it in as Outernet feed, which obviously we're on Earth. We don't get an Outernet API, mate. So this is intergalactic. So GBTC Broker is Galactic Bitcoin Broker. So the Outernet exchange terminal. Let's see. Now, what does it do? It has nothing to do with what it does. Yeah. So this here, if we go into extraction, it's virtual, right? So it's obviously a virtual trading game, but it's a completely fictional intergalactic markets, okay? So it's all crap, it's all nothing. But here's the interesting thing, though. It's using my 0 bytes to do zero market. It's the zero market system. So what it does is it emulates... Obviously, if you mess around with your time, with your clock, you can probably break it. But like, it's using the time and date so that as long as everybody in the world has the same time and date, they'll see the same market stuff in the game, right? So it's like the concept is to make a multiplayer game, make an online game where there's no multiplayer connection, because everything is fully deterministic and procedural. So like the market movements, it should be the same price on everybody's screen. So all of this is fake, right? It's all just fake. And you have like a fake balance. So I could like, I could buy some. Where is it? I could buy some here. I could buy some like this. And then I've got it here. And then because it's just going over time, right? It'll just eventually... So, you know what I mean? It's like a stock trading game in a science fiction universe. But it's fully procedural. So, I mean, it needs testing, right, to make sure it's actually doing what it's supposed to be doing. But the concept is, because it's fully deterministic and procedural, except for obviously people messing around with their clock. I haven't got any anti-cheat in here or anything, you know what I mean? Everybody sees the same data, but there's no network connection. So it is an online game, kinda. Everyone's playing the same game, you know what I mean? But there's no network connection. So that's the idea. That's the idea with this one. But you can play that at scuffedepoch.com/GBTC-broker. Okay. I wish I knew what you guys were talking about. Naming conventions have made me laugh. Cool name. What does it do? As the name has nothing to do with what it does. I'm not sure what you mean. GBTC Broker is Galactic Bitcoin Broker. Maybe it was something I was talking about before. Maybe there's some kind of delay. But yeah, I do try, guys. I do try. I mean, what can I do? You wait until you see Banimation. Banimation's coming up. Come for UI special. So yeah, here we have. I have my R-Tank database here. But anyway. Let's not get distracted. Oh, should we check up on it? How's it done? It just says web request. Right, let's cancel it. Let's just do it one more time. Failed. Invoke web request. It's being used already. Have I got it running? Is that what's going on here? Side quests turning into big distractions. No idea what's going on there. Cancel that. Let's try it one more time. And we got problems. What did I just... What on earth was that? Initialize your project. See, it's this one I was trying to do, and it doesn't work. Do you know what? I got a better idea. Claude! Say please. Alright. We'll let him figure it out, because it didn't work. I put it over here so you can see all of the nonsense. Say PowerShell, yes. I just want to see how he gets... Oh, it's locked. Let me... Oh, I'm going to... He's like, I don't take no for an answer. I'll close that and do it myself. Good man, Claude. Would you like to continue? Yes. Oh, beautiful. Whoa. Whoa. We got another one. Yes. I'll do it again. Sure, we did it. It was so nice. We did it twice. Alright, so where were we? Galactic Bitcoin Trader. So, I introduced that. Zero market concept. No network gaming, but everyone plays the same game. Do you know what I mean? Kind of interesting. Obviously, you would expect players to have an effect, but it's a galactic market, so I would hope the impact is very minimal. But anyway, let's not get into that. So back. Next up is Clippy Code. So it's Clippy, but as a wrapper for Claude Code. It uses my Lena AI persona, and it uses Whisper Supertonic TTS as fallback for Piper TTS, which allows custom voices. It's a Windows System Tray app, and it's fully written in C#. Now, let's have a look at that one real quick. So, it's Clippy, okay? But there's a reason I used Clippy. It has an animation state engine and everything all built in. So what I've actually done is I've created a workflow for Comfy UI that allows you to create your own graphics along with plans for a hit, like an art team hit list. So basically what you do is you get whatever character is that you want, literally any character you want. And then you use those workflows to create the sprite sheets, which will then be sliced. And then I've got a tool which allows you to align everything and fix it all. It's pretty cool. So I'm putting something together as like a full end-to-end demo, but I'm releasing everything I'm using to build it before I've finished. So, ultimately, what is it? If you have Claude Code on your system, and I might make like an open code version of this, by the way, because it wouldn't be that difficult to do. I just want to build it on Claude Code first because it's easy. But essentially, you get like a little avatar on the screen. It has a little text bubble, which is the chat. You can do voice chat. You can speak to it. You can type at it. It will speak back. It does the summary. So it's like a combination of Harrow and a bunch of other apps that I've made in the past. And it's like I said, because it's written in .NET, it's all in the system tray. It was a bit tricky because it meant I had to adapt the TTS to C. But I think in the end it's ultimately a little bit faster, a little bit quicker. It's only like I think it's like 200 megabytes of models you have to get for the Whisper, the Supertonic, which is a nice fallback, and then obviously the Piper. Piper's nice because they've got loads of different voices in loads of different languages, and you can fine-tune your own as well. So I've included the same one I used for Harrow. The actual Lena system prompt and everything else, that's a little bit more. So the Lena lightweight AI interface natural assistant. Okay, that's what it spells. Warm professional persona layer that wraps every Claude Code interaction. It acknowledges your prompt, summarizes responses in naturally spoken English, and logs everything to disk. She remembers your name and session context across restarts because she's using memory MD. Nothing crazy, no vectors or anything, just simple markdown memory. It is persistent though, which is nice. I don't know how good it is yet though. Speech model is 400 megabyte. I thought it was smaller than that. He must be getting the base, which is actually better though. It's still very small. The headroom for this is very, very small. But obviously at the moment it's clippy. Do you know what I mean? When it comes up, it's literally clippy. Because we've used the library for clippy. So what we're going to try and do next is shoehorn our graphics in. And if it works, that means you can have a custom voice with custom avatar on your desktop. So then you've basically got like AR. It's like a Nano Banana Bonzi buddy. Do you know what I mean? But it's actually Claude code though. So it can do everything the best AI in the world can do right now. I believe it can even use tools and it can definitely write files and do all this. And what I plan on doing is further improving it with like a calendar function, so you can like tell it to do stuff every day without you even asking for it. You know, you can like give it tasks basically, because that's essentially the Yesterday project embodied through Harrow. It's like a convergence of all the different things we've been doing. So anyway, let's see. Do we have like a picture of it anywhere? No, I don't think so. So next up on the list is my next experiment of GLB modeling. So I wanted to look at cell shading. So this is an experiment with lit. It's lit cell shading. I've actually added a whole bunch more now if you go on there. I don't know if I've got any GLBs. So let's jump over there and have a quick look. Do I even have any? Oh, I don't even have any. I don't even have a GLB right now, boys. Nope. I don't even have one. That's crazy. I don't even have one GLB right now. Okay, well anyway, it's got anime, cartoon, comic, cell, and sketch. And the sketch was the one I had the most fun with. So I think I posted some images up. Here we go. So obviously this would be the anime setting. So this model was generated with Meshi from a Nano Banana, and then we've used the anime style on it. And so, you know, if you had like a pose interface to set the pose of your model, now you can set that up. So it's kind of interesting. Everything's kind of converging. And then here, what I did was I turned the thickness of the lines. This is the Toon shader. And I put the thickness of the lines up too high. You can obviously change that. They all have individual sliders for various different things. Most of it is to changing the lighting and how strong it is and the temperature, things like that. Alright, so that's basically what that is, guys. Nothing more to say. It's a little experiment, you know. I wanted to be able to move the camera though, and you don't seem to be able to do that yet, so I need to maybe do a little bit more work on it. But I did a lot more work on the thing we're going to be looking at next. Or not next, but soon. So yeah, here we go. I put the zero market system in place. That's what I've been talking about. And then we get to DJZ onion layers, which is what we're going to be going back to in just a second. This is the coolest thing I've probably done this week in a way, because it combines a whole bunch of stuff and it's going to be super useful. I'll give you the full demo in a minute. So there we go. We made it. We did it, guys. We did it. So how's my Claude code looking? Say yes. Oh, that doesn't look good. Drift, I have a JS camera GLB thingy. You can nick my JS because they do light and camera panning. Yeah, good idea. We should definitely combine forces. Because I think it would be an interesting thing to have, because we're doing more 3D stuff now. I was looking at a bunch of workflows that allow you to do the 3D with the latest models in Comfy UI. And the results were pretty nice. I need to check the polygon count though. That's why we're not talking about it right now. I'm not showing it because of that. But some of the models, the T poses that we were looking at, these T poses, I ran them through. And the idea would be to put them right the way back through again, so you can get them animated. Let me see actually. Did I put something up here? Hang on. Images. There we go. We got some more demos here, right? So obviously we got that. I've been working on it this afternoon, this one. So we got the hatching. It had some weird bugs to the hatching. I wanted to make the opacity go away where it was a shadow. So it's actually the other way around. You can invert that. And we've got the various different modes. So it gives you different styles, which is kind of funky. And I think that's the last one I was working on there. So it's got like the hatching. You see? So it's just hard to do. The hatching's hard to do because the computer starts to parallax. But yeah. Anyway, we were doing stuff. And then, do we have a video of that? Oh yeah, of course. Don't forget about Omni. So we got Kage. And we even got this one as well. So these were actually pretty crazy. We did these with Kling Video 01 and Kling Omni. I forget the name. But it's the two that are available in Comfy UI right now. Here are the various different clips. Various different ways. It's just me at the park. If you check the shadow, you can see I'm wearing a big coat. It's hard though, you don't always see the shadow. But it's actually quite good because when you're wearing a big coat like that, it gives you a giant silhouette. And I think it actually made it easier. I think it actually made it easier for it to replace. There's Steve showing how tall he really is. He's got very incredibly long legs. And obviously we're using Kage as the input reference. Oh, coffee cup's going a bit funny. Oh, the face has gone a bit weird. But some of them came out pretty good. It's very strange how things go so quick. That'll be me in front of a town. Not my town, but a town near, and a town like mine. Much like mine. Big props to everyone sharing the stuff. Don't forget, we always check it out. We're always talking about it in the dev chat. Don't forget to stop by and say hello. Alright, we get the Discord out of the way. Yes, I told you you can do any PowerShell you want, Claude. Any PowerShell you want. Alright. Yes, he's supposed to... Uh-oh. Yes, I swear I just said you can do it. He's funny. Yes, and don't ask again. Yes. I think he's got like a secret safety mode they've put on or something. I don't know. Look, yes, and don't ask again. I think he's having trouble here. He needs interactive terminal. Here is a... Not found. I think he just can't do it. We'll have to come back to this later. Oh, wait, what? Help. He says help. We have a control O here. Whoa. Okay. Right. Oh, what's this? There's a cool ASCII thing there. Yeah, buddy. That's cool. Multiplayer at the speed of light. Right. I think he's stuck though, don't you? Poor guy. It might be that I have to restart Claude and the terminal and everything. Sometimes you have to do that, you know, to let him like restart. What's he doing? Space-time, init, Discord clone, template chat, React, non-interactive, project path. He's really trying. Cannot do it in a non-empty directory. Alright, make a new directory. Here he is, he's done it. Yeah! Go on, mate, you do it. Whoa! Where'd all that come from? Guys, did you see that? Okay. He continues to impress me. So anyway, let's just do this real quick. So let's get rid of that. And we've already looked at Clippy code is a work in progress. You'll know more. We're going to share that process right now. That's my plan. So don't worry about this. It's not real. money is not real. So yeah, shout out to Daydream. If you want to check out the latest world models, don't forget app.daydream.live, app.daydream.live. You will need a decent GPU though, but I wouldn't be surprised if they start supporting quants and whatnot soon, and then that'll get it under 16, under 10 for some things. I don't know. I mean, literally it's world modeling, so... But they've got this whole platform. They got an app. I downloaded it on the Mac, checked it all out, downloaded it on here. I think I've got it running manually now. It was a little bit awkward to get installed, but they have like a desktop app, so you don't really need to do that. You can just use Scope. Download Scope from daydream.live. And no, they didn't contact me. They haven't told me to go on about it or anything like that. I just thought it was cool. You remember Ryan on the inside made all the audio reactive nodes for Comfy UI? He's on the team. That's the limit of the interest as far as I know. They have a Discord. Lots of cool workflows that you can do here. Actually, it's like lots and lots of workflows, okay? It's a lot. A lot of it is for live performances. So if you're doing live anything, it's going to use fast diffusion or fast... Is it WAN or something like that? I don't know. But it's going to use fast diffusion and other processes to make cool live visuals. So yeah, it's more for, I think, like DJ performances and things like that. But they do also have world modeling now with the gaming stuff. So a lot of that is actually you're feeding your game into it and then it transforms it and you see what it made according to your prompt. Kind of interesting. But anyway... Oh, and they've got a cloud service too. So if you want to pay and you don't have the GPU, I believe that is actually an option, although I haven't looked into that yet. So, with that over and said, because they've got a little bit of a Comfy UI type thing going on here with nodes and all this, and their whole deal is we are all about fast video. So, it's kind of cool. I'd be doing you a disservice by not bringing it to your attention. Scope, video to video, Unity plugin, Blender plugin. Anyway, I'll say no more. So let's get over to the main feature. So this would be the workflow I want to show you guys. As you can see, it's a little bit rough. Where's the proper one? Where's the proper one? Did I get rid of it? Okay, well anyway, it starts here. Your character reference. Using the image reference and image 1, we can create a master sprite sheet for the character in the chibi anime style, which is what I was going for. And then you run that through Nano Banana 2. No tricks, just a simple prompt in 2K Auto. Obviously, I'm using my character collage style here. All right. And then we go over to the Sprite Master plugin. All of these, by the way, are up on the repo. It's linked in the inside line, so you'll be able to see all of the... It's in DJZ Workflows in the API section under Banimation 2, because it's using Nano Banana 2 to run animation. So the goal is we're going to be using the whatever came out of the last workflow is going to go in here, and what we're trying to do is make something like this, and as soon as we get one, we're going to put it in here immediately, kind of like a feedback pre-step. And what's going to happen is it's going to say, as you can see, listening animation cycle, it's got the 12 frames. Now if I come down here, see the prompt, using the character reference in image 1, keeping the chibi anime style. For this, you'd use whatever you're doing. Depicts a 4x4 grid composition displaying frames for the animation. Super easy. And then for whatever it is I'm doing, I had the LLM write me very simple description prompts. So description and art direction, that's all I needed. Okay, that's all I needed. And then we generate 3. Generate 3 of them. Pick the best one. Okay, it'll come out in 2K. And like I said, they come out looking like this, pretty much. And we're going to see a bunch more of that in a minute. All right. So obviously, once you've created those, what I did is I manually cropped them, because this is actually square. So cropping it square doesn't help. but you want to crop it as evenly as you can on the grid, right? So what I did was I just manually, I created a Photoshop, put all of them in there, cropped it in one action, and then saved the layers again in one action. You can just do export layers and as separate files. So it's super easy. It was like a couple of clicks. Doubtless you could do it another way. It's simple stuff, that. But the idea was to get it cropped so that when I slice it, as a sprite sheet would be, I just get my character roughly in the middle. Now, it doesn't matter if they're a little bit off, because that's what the next tool is for. So the tool we have is actually a desktop app, so it doesn't run like this. But if I just go ahead and load a sheet, no, not a sheet. If I load images, cells, I've already split mine out. So you can load a sprite sheet and it'll ask you, in fact, let me show you that. Let's show you that first. So we'll do load sprite sheet and we'll put in 4x4. It's pretty basic stuff. Getting a bit of lag here. My computer's right there. I might just open it up and use it, it'll be quicker. But yeah, say I want to pick thinking, right? Just going to bring them in. Now, I know that the first row come in at a height, and then the second row are 3 higher than they need to be. These are 15 higher, and these are 25. I already know that from going in and like adjusting the layers. What my tip is it's all about the foot. Where's the foot? Do you know what? I'm just going to use the other machine because he's getting so confused right now. Give me a sec. Bring that microphone over here. Right. There we go. That's better. So anyway, move this out of the way. This is ridiculous. Stupid thing. So anyway, yeah. If I come in here, you'll see at this here, if I just do this, you can see the foot. You see what I mean? It's like moving. And so it's obviously a bit higher. It's also a bit to the left and a bit to the right. But what I do is I do the height first. So I know that this is going to be 3. So if I go like this, the height is better. Don't worry, when the foot moves, it'll be even better. And then when you get to the next 4, because it was obviously 4x4 grid, so each of the 4 is going to be slightly off in their own way. And then obviously the firsts and the seconds and the thirds and the fourths will have the offset to the side. But the point I'm trying to make is, I just want to explain how you would do it without, because I've made a bunch of stuff in here which will make it even easier. But I just want to explain. So if you do your first set, like for example, I've got 48 sprite sheets that are all 4x4. God knows how many cells that is. So nobody wants to do that. But they're all coming out of the same thing. So if you slice them all the same, they all have the same offset issues. So we have a preset system. So that means that I can come in here. I've already made one earlier. So if I go default, apply, it's going to jig them all. So that now when I get to the edges, see how they're like, the foot is kind of more in place. Now, sometimes you will have to do something yourself. Let me just change this to here and just play it. So sometimes you'll have to actually do a bit of work yourself, like, because, you know, the animation is just a bit weird. But what I do is I pick a foot, her left foot, our right foot, you know, this one, and I try to pin it to the ground as much as I can. Now, it's only a 10 frame animation, so a little bit of shifting around doesn't really matter too much, as long as it's not like a big jump, okay? So, now here's the best thing, okay? At the moment, what I'm going to do is I'm going to call, I forget what this is, thinking. So I'm going to say thinking, thinking _0, okay? Export that, there you go, now I've got my zips. But this is where it gets cool, because anybody could have made a rejig thing, okay? Now obviously if I bring in another one, I can just apply it in one click and then I'm at where I'm at. Now this is the bit that's really fun. So the onion skin stuff and the multi-frame, you can't really see it until you do the ModNet. ModNet is a fast RemBG. So I'll start that now. And as you can see, it's going to start doing it. And it's fast, but it makes some mistakes. And so what I've done is I built a solution in the app for this. So you're going to see what it is in a minute. Hopefully we don't get any absolute headless monsters. It's pretty good actually, you know. That was pretty good. So I'm going to change this to thinking 1, right? Because that's what the next zip file will be. And then we're going to check them all. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, we got a problem. So what I do is I keep the original as a layer underneath the RemBG. And then what we do is we click Hole Fix. And then we have the paint and erase. And just like when you make a mask, what it's going to do, it's going to allow me to paint it back. So we've basically solved that. Okay? You don't need to do anything else at this point. But I will say I put in 2 things for helping with for animation. This is a big... This has got so many cool animation tricks, guys. So you put onion skin on, and it will show you the ghost of, I think it's the previous frame. Let me check. Yeah, it's the previous frame. So you'll see the ghost of the previous frame there. All right. Now, that's because multi-frame is better. But I just wanted to, introduce what this is. It has an opacity slider, so you can make it more or less apparent. But multi-frame is actually a little bit better, because what it does is it does red is previous and blue is next. So you can see where she's come from and where she's going. Is there a bit of a glitch? Yeah, it shouldn't be completely red, but you can see the red shadow there of where she's coming from. Where she's coming from, where she's going, right? And obviously we've still got some holes to fix. But if we just turn that back off. So let's see, let's get these holes fixed here. So yeah, and this is making it so much quicker. I'm not bothered about stuff outside, because if I need to like clean it up, I'll do it myself. But if we just make sure that there's no like obvious holes on the body, you are able to just rebuild the head as well. If it's like completely missing, it's possible to put it back. You can just manually put it back like this. It's really nice. It's like scratch and sniff for fixing animation holes. So yeah, and then, by doing this, I'm going to have this done in no time. So it's a shame that got glitched out, isn't it? But really, we want the character. All right. So like I said, now that's done, I can export that. And let's give you a preview. There she goes. So that would be her thinking animation loop. So obviously when you do a prompt, she'll start thinking. And that will be like the Clippy replacement for, when Clippy is thinking. I'm going to just basically chuck it in there. Dragon says reverse rotoscoping. Yep, that's right. We're doing it backwards again, baby. It is essentially reverse rotoscoping. And do you know what? Actually, can I... Yeah, check this out. We can actually see... There's all types of stuff you can do for like analysis and that to see. And I also got another trick in here as well, which I don't use, but it is worth it if you need more frames. So this is a super cool trick, right? So what we can do is we've gotten to this point. I've just put another number on the end there. If I right click, we can duplicate. We can obviously remove frames if we don't need them, but we can duplicate on 2s and we can duplicate on 3s. And here's the fun part. So if we duplicate on 2s, yeah? So say I duplicate on 2s. Now I've got 2 frames identical for the movement. Now, in the case of where there's going to be some big motion, we could actually, jig things around a bit. So at the moment, she's not really moving. But say there's a big movement there. I could do something, basically. It's not AI interpolation. It's just a duplicate. So you just get a little bit smoother animation. Well, it's not really smoother animation, is it? It's just more frames. But there's stuff you can do, like, for example, if the character's got a jump, it'll give you more in-betweens just by moving the offset around. So it's a bit, that's why I didn't use it. I'm thinking about looking into WASM to try and run something like Rife in the browser, because then it would give you true interpolation, right? True in-betweens. But anyway... It's still a nice trick for just slowing it down. Okay. Because like I said, I don't know what. My target frame rate is 10. So I don't really need to do this. But the big trick comes in 2 parts. Number 1 it's the preset stuff, so that you're able to do that. The multi-frame analysis, because obviously when things aren't lined up, it really helps to be able to see that onion peel, or onion layers, to choose, because you can see, this has clearly got to be to the left and down. And then once you've got one set fixed, you can save that. And because they all come from basically the same sprite sheet layout, it'll just save you hours. So yeah, that's how I'm going to do it. When it comes to the other end though, so here is the actual Clippy project. Right, let me just make this a bit bigger. So here is my art team plan, parts 1 and 2. So part 2 is extending it, because I found actually it was so easy to do this. I thought, are there any underused animations that we could use that like Clippy doesn't use, but they are actually in the code, so we could use them? So like there are lots of there's Bonzi Buddy, there's Einstein or Genius, I think he was called. There's a whole bunch of different avatars other than Clippy, and they all had different animations. So I thought, hey, maybe we'll make a full set. So part 2 is all of the optional stuff, basically. Part 1 is the main set, right? So sleep animation, for example, right? So there's the prompt for it. It all comes in this exact sort of look, right? But there's nothing here that talks about what the character actually is. So it's perfect to go with a character reference, because it's kind of like open language. It's just the character is asleep, right? So it doesn't even matter what, you could use this plan with your art reference in those workflows I showed, and then you get your sprite sheet of your character. Maybe it's not in Chibi, maybe it's in like Dragon Quest or Pixel style or whatever it is. And so anyway, super easy to do actually. It's just doing a bunch of prompts. There's not even that many here. I think it was like less than 30 prompts in the end. And Nano Banana 2 is cheap. What's that? Zeus says, Bonzi Buddy, it only rings bloatware and Grandma PC that needs to be fixed. Yeah, but this one's got Claude Code. See, that's the difference. This one's actually just a wrapper for Claude Code. Like, imagine, give Bonzi Buddy direct access to Claude Code and all of its plugins and Opus 4.6 on Macs. Oh, it's useful now. It's kind of funny. But then also custom graphics and a custom voice. So then it's not Bonzi Buddy, is it? It was just an animation system to give you a state engine so you could put your character in. You could even give it your own persona and stuff. So it's basically a desktop persona agent running off of Claude Code. My plan is, once this is all solid, we'll look at making it open Clippy. You know what I mean? Because the funny thing is, the Clippy just makes people know what it is. Hopefully when we're done, it ain't Clippy. When I actually run it, hang on. Give me a sec. Lana! Where is she? Yeah, Clippy. Here we go. So we got one right here. Let's just run it real fast and I just cut through the noise. There he is. No. No. There he is. She's talking right now. Just so you know, you log in with your Claude account. You don't need an API key. So it doesn't cost you every time you do it because you're using your daily usage. So that's how we got around that one, Zeus. It's daily usage. If you run out, it just doesn't work. So you can get on at whatever membership, 20, 90, and 180, I think is what they are. Doesn't matter. Any of them will work. But we're going to put this on open code, and then you can run it on local models, and it doesn't cost you anything. But obviously, it won't be as good. It's a sliding scale of quality. Dragon said I remoted onto a US customer's PC. They had every kind of bloatware. Sounds like a honeypot. But yeah, as you can see here, we've got the speech bubble, we've got the Clippy. The Clippy is going to be the animations that I'm showing you. So it'll be my character with my persona with the voice I chose. So at that point, you can make your own character with your own look, with your own persona, with your own voice. Well, not your voice, but a voice. Could be your voice. Maybe you make yourself. I was thinking, actually, it'd be kind of funny to make a white guy, you know? It'd be great. Make the DJZ desktop companion. And the joke is it just runs on Claude Code. That's kind of funny, though, because anyone you hire right now, you're hiring them to use Claude Code. Anyway, hey there, I'm Lena. I'll be handling things around here last time, blah, blah, blah. So I could say, I need you to write a markdown file which contains today's date and a link to a photograph of the Pope. We'll see how good it is with that. I bet it'll crash. So Clippy's going to start clipping. Oh, I used the atom. So it's transcribing me. She goes, give me a sec. All right, we'll come back to that. She'll eventually start talking in a minute. I'm going to mute mine, because then... Oh, well, yeah, because it's playing on both speakers somehow. Anyway, that'll stop it. Well, actually, wait. May as well leave it on so we know what she's doing. But yeah, she's going to do a Claude Code. She's going to do the thing, and off she goes. So, oh yeah, that's right. It's always on top. I'll put it up here. Oh. Ah. I said skip the URL and proceed. She was like, I don't have permission to do web search yet. It's true, I didn't give her permission to do web search. That's actually me. That's my fault. But Pope Note, she created popenote.md with the day's date. The photo link was omitted as requested. So she's done it. She did it. Well, she's a diamond. So close that. Well, she's a Clippy right now. So, but yeah, we're working on it. So this is obviously the animation plan. I've showed you how we did that. There's the character. We showed you the workflow on how you do that. And then obviously this has got some cool features which are making it super fast to actually like fix the holes in the animations, make sure they're all in a nice spot. And then we get a playback. So, and I think we did this one from Sprite Sheet. So yeah, that's the last thing I added was the Sprite Sheet section. Because it doesn't need to be a crazy animation, and you can have these just generated with Nano Banana. So you just keep generating and get creative, and eventually you're going to make something super cool. Yeah. Persona, white dude with open post stickman. Yep, pretty much. That's me. Yours truly. But yeah, this is the main focus. Let me see. Was there anything else I had to tell you? This is basically it, guys. Like I said, it's an MSI download. It's really neat. The thing I like the most, I will say the container's a bit ropey. That's the only thing I'm a bit unhappy with at the moment. But I don't really need it to be... I don't need to change it. It works fine. So I'm kind of like... The biggest problem I had, though, was I was having to make everything in the right place... and then remove BG, and then save that, and then where there were holes, I was having to go and manually lay up those two and paint it back. And I thought, I can just do that right here. So we've just built that in. So anytime I found something which was like tricky, like for example, you know, clicking backwards and forwards, you can click and back and forward to try and gauge what's going on. You can do that. But having the multi-frame to literally show you exactly where it is. So if I was say, oh, I'll put it a little bit there. So it's like, you know, you can introduce, you can do all kinds of stuff with that. So yeah, super happy with it. And then obviously the whole fix, man, the whole fix. So yeah, I'm putting the stuff in that I needed to get the job done. And then here's the tool. So, I'll put the plans up in the repo as well, where you can download the installer. So if you want to make your own, you can go ahead and make your own. I'm starting to see there's not really much point in sharing source code anymore. So what I'm going to do instead, like I said last week, I'm going to be shipping the installer so you can install my app, right? But then I'll give you the plans that I use to write the app. So if you want to make your own, you can make your own. Because there's literally no point in having my source code at all. Because if I made it next week, it'll be different. It's funny. Because new models are coming out so quickly, it makes sense to just ship the plan. And then if it's in 6 months, you'll make your own with my plan, and it will be even better than my app. You see? It's kind of fun. All right. That's the laptop done. So, how are we doing over on this side of things? We can take a look at the space-time. I want to take a look at space-time. So, let me see this. Has he actually done it yet? I don't think he's... Well, he did build something. He did build something. But I forgot to say yes. He probably would have been finished by now. Gets bored of Discord, writes home Discord. Kind of funny. I bet it'd be expensive though if you had a lot of members. Get everyone to sign up to the referral program so we get free credits for the Hyperspace Discord or whatever it's called. Oh shit. Let's see what the eye-watering price will be at scale. Custom. So you could be spending Claude monies. Easy. That's a lot. That's, yeah. You'd get captured before you got that far. Let's go there. Say yes. Oh, it's trying to do it. Oh, servers up. Oh. No database matches Discord clone. Oh, available Discord. What? What are you talking about, Mash? Should we create a database and He's like, I feel we have skipped a step. I feel we have skipped a step. I think we should. I think we should create a database called Man. I need my thing. Let's ask her. Hang on a sec. Is she still open? I'll say, Lena, what the hell? I need an idea. Lana! Come on, open it up. Right, here we go. Right. Let her get over it. Yeah. Alright. I need you to come up with a name for a Discord that runs on something called Spacetime DB. It doesn't really matter. Maybe use some like Greek mythology or something. It doesn't matter. Let's see what she has to say. One moment, she says. Ninji, says Dragon. Interesting. Ninji. Ningi. Kronos, Agora. Ether, Kairos Gate. Aeon's Forge, and Urana. I like that. That's stupid. It's got a stupid name. Urana. And she saved it. Good job. Good job. Urana. Urana. That's so silly. Arana. Urana. Oh, Ninji is a rubber coin, is it? Oh, okay. And then Nexus. We've all got some good ideas. What I did was I just used that. I'll just say I made one called Urana. Oh shit. Copy it. Copied it. Urana. Dev. Urana. See, it should have made one when it created the template. See? What's it? Delete data, module, spacetime, Discord, clone, publish. Oh, okay. He's going to do it on his own. He's like smart. Maybe. Maybe smart. Maybe not smart. Says no, the database was created by space-time in it. I didn't see it there. I never saw it there. Have I like... What? Hold up. Hold up. Pure lies. Pure lies. I mean, if he created it, it's not on my account. Is he crazy? Yeah. We do not see the database. Are you using... Do you know what? Before I ask him that, let's see what he's done. What have you done? Okay. I mean, yeah, that kind of looks familiar. Oh wow, it is Discord. Look at that. It just loads and nothing happened. Guys, we've built Discord. It's finished. Check it out. Isn't this exactly what Discord looks like? I'm being silly, of course. No shade. Wow, I've managed to get the Discord experience is complete. So, okay, let's using the correct account, and then just paste that in there. After some minutes, it changes. Yeah, it changes to something else. It'll say reflecting. It changed the word. Oh, he figured something out. Look, yeah, he had the date. I told him it was wrong, even though. All right, guess what, guys? We got no. Get out of here. Wait. Okay, I can edit my name. I'm online. There's two channels. This does look very. Hang on, I need to minimize this so you can see it. This does look very Discordish. I'll be honest. But how do I invite people to my magical Discord? It's going to kill it now, because I'm going with it. Thundering. Right, well. I mean, hello? Huh. Interesting. Okay. So, I mean, side quest complete. We built Discord, guys. So I don't know if I'll actually do anything with that. It would be funny. It'd be interesting to see if it actually works and what it costs. I mean, if it's cheap, I'll keep it. But, you know, I'm not going to pay through the nose for something silly that no one will even remember exists. But it is kind of funny that he just basically made Discord in like 10 minutes. Most of it was me trying to tell him to do, because he kept on messing up the commands. So I'm not really quite sure. But, yeah. Zeus says, does it ask to re-download the deb every 2 weeks to reinstall it on Linux? No idea. I don't know. All I know is he kept on screwing up the commands a lot. He screwed up the commands a lot, but in the end, he managed to actually do it. He set up the Spacetime DB on CLI. I didn't do that. He did it. I can't even see it in my account, to be honest. So I'm still a little dubious over whether it'll actually work, but allegedly it's there. Now, if I host this, in theory, you've got yourself an app, right? So anyway, I'll take a look at that over the next week, most likely. Who knows? Maybe we have a scuffed Discord backup. That'd be kind of fun. Anyway, to be honest, that was literally following what they have. Everyone can have one now. It's literally on their front page. Try building a Discord clone with AI. Claude, Terminal, Cursor, Codex, you name it, it's right here. And they have, like I said, it's free because they're trying to get everyone on board. Just to give you a little bit of an overview, can we see their stats? Let's see the stats. Right, so let's see the stats. Do you like stats? What do you think about these stats? Node.js with SQLite is here at 7,416 doubloons, and then Spacetime DB Rust is up at 167,000. So it's a little bit quicker on the transactions per second side, and I like that because we want to reduce bottlenecks so we can do big online stuffs. Because when we did a bunch of multiplayer stuff, we found out that it was like super slow and crap. You know, like the replication was bad, and so replication lag was bad, but I think reducing this bottleneck will bring it down a lot. Obviously it doesn't eliminate it because sometimes it's just network, right? You can't get rid of latency entirely, but you can reduce it to the best possible situation. I think this is a kind of nice way of doing it. And these guys are pro LLM as well. Yeah, these are, well, yeah, exactly. It is probably cherry picked data, but these are pro. It's a pro LLM company trying to give us something that we need. So yeah, I built a couple of things with it. We're going to do some more testing on that. That's kind of funny though. No faith. I thought, we'll give this one a spin for fun and see what happens. And we actually did build a Discord. It needs a lot of work. I can see it's like it's there. It's the most basic of basic templates. But yeah, let's see what we can cook up on this one. So anyway, thank you very much, guys. We've come to the end of the show once again. I went a little bit over time. I only have an hour on a Sunday night these days. We're doing so much work, but don't forget, all the books are coming out. Substack, and the books should show up in April. I'm not in a rush. The main thing was getting them published on Substack. So thanks again, everybody. We'll be back next Sunday, same time, same place, most likely 8 p.m. UK time. Thanks again.